Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a review today on the Betsy Ross Kydex Appendix carry holster that I just picked up. I'm really impressed with it. They're local guys here in my hometown. They make really good stuff, and they've fixed a lot of the problems in the appendix carry world that I've found in my experience. Most of the problems, the main problem, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, probably yours too if you have tried appendix carry, is that most holsters you buy are going to dig into your gut. And the reason that happens is because the firearm Kydex or leather or whatever, most clips that go onto your belt, they make the firearm conform to your leg instead of your chest. They ride this axis instead of this one. And the really cool thing about this holster, I'm going to do a quick check, a visual and a physical. Empty mag, press check. Cool thing about this holster is that this clip is basically down by the barrel. And what that allows it to do is conform to your body when it turns and twists. This is really important for when you're getting in and out of vehicles, or anytime you're appendix carrying and transitioning from sitting to standing at work or whatever you're doing. It's a really good holster. Now, a lot of instructors, students, Facebook trolls and YouTube trolls, they'll all tell you that that they prefer a certain way to carry. And they'll say, well, I like appendix carry all the time, or I like 5 o'clock carry all the time, or a 3 o'clock carry all the time. This is my opinion, but every situation you're in dictates how you should carry safely and responsibly. And I'm going to go through a couple examples of why you guys need to carry in different places on your body in certain situations. And I will show you how this holster adapts to basically any situation that you can encounter as far as how you wear your firearm. So, like, let's say we'll use an example of a park late at night. You're walking with a girlfriend or a friend, and obviously you're going to carry. It's your obligation, and your main threat at a park in the dark is most likely from the front or the sides. If two guys approach you, it's probably going to be from the front usually, if they're trying to rob you. Now, let's say they get within 2 or 3 feet and they whip out their butterfly knives or switchblades or whatever. They pull out a lethal weapon to be used against you, and you feel that your life is in danger and you choose to deploy your firearm. You've got to plan this stuff ahead and know how it's going to work out in your advantage. So if you're appendix carrying, you're one of those guys that says, oh, I appendix carry all the time, and there's 2 guys with knives 3 feet in front of you, you're basically screwed. Once they see you going for your gun, they've already got that advantage. You're at a disadvantage. They are going to take that firearm, use it against you, use it against your girlfriend, stab you, whatever. You cannot get that gun out before they can get to you with that knife. That's a simple, 21-foot rule. And the problem with that is, even though it's so close to your body, you're telling them where the gun's at, and that you're willing to use it. And at that point, they're afraid for their lives, and chances are they may run, they may not, but it's not worth that risk to take. Theoretically, in a park with a threat in front of you, you want to be turned away. You want that gun as far away from them as possible. You want your non-dominant hand to be able to defend yourself and buy you some time. You want your dominant hand to keep that firearm away. You want your body to be turned, and you want to get that firearm out, deploy it, defend yourself if necessary. So it's really important, in my opinion. A park would be good for, I would say, a 3 o'clock or a 4 o'clock carrying position. If somebody approaches you from the rear in a park, chances are you're going to hear them. You can turn around, and even though you're turned around, that firearm is still facing away from them because you've now turned yourself to where they're in front of you. Let's say you're at a Walmart or a grocery store or whatever kind of busy store where you're going to have people behind you. It's very important that in a situation in a lot of people, you are in control of your firearm. You know where it is, you know how it's printing, you know what people can see. And in a Walmart, if you're carrying at a 6 o'clock position in a t-shirt or a 5 o'clock, I can guarantee you that one reach up to grab that drink off the shelf or whatever, that firearm is printing. Everybody can see it. You may have bent over to get something out of the cart. Your shirt is now up more than it was when you went in the store. Everybody can see it. You're not aware of it. You go into the line. An old lady sees the gun. She freaks out, calls the cops. Or worst case scenario, somebody sees an opportunity, takes the gun from you, and starts shooting people. You have to take every possibility into account. The main goal is to not draw attention to yourself wherever you're at. So my point is that every situation, every place you're at dictates how you carry. If I'm in my vehicle, I want to get to my gun as fast as possible. If I'm at an ATM sitting here, and I should be watching everything around me, if I'm sitting here and I see a guy coming from across the street, this actually happened to me. Guy's coming across the street, he throws his hood on, he throws his hands in his pockets. He's right in my blind spot, so I can't see him in my mirrors, but I can see him through my back window here. I'm watching him all the way. Let's say, and I have stickers on my car that says protected by Glock. He got 5 feet from my car, turned around and left. So deterrents work very well too. He could have robbed me, I don't know. The point is, I wanted to get to my gun as fast as possible. If I was carrying at a 6 o'clock, I'd be fumbling around, bending forward, exposing myself. I want to be behind this as much as possible. I don't want to be bending forward, looking, exposing my face, my neck. I want to be reclusive. I want to hide as much as possible. If my window's down, I want to get to that gun as fast as possible. There's no other way to really get to your gun as fast as appendix carry, in my opinion, in your vehicle. You can get holsters for your car walls or whatever. Glove box, you're basically screwed. You're not going to get to it in time. That's if a guy comes out of nowhere and you don't see him coming. You don't have any time to prepare. Appendix carry is really nice for cars, and a lot of people, instructors, concealed carry students, they get their concealed carry and they have no idea how to carry. Then they get an appendix carry in the mail and it hurts them, or they don't understand, so they're forced to carry in a different way that's slower. So that's what's so cool about this holster, is that it's adaptable to an appendix carry, and 1 o'clock all the way through 6 o'clock. It doesn't matter. It's very secure and it's adaptable, and that is so important for each situation that you're in. You don't need to go buy a different holster for every place you go to. This holster really conforms and adapts to what you're going to need to defend yourself properly. So an appendix carry in a car, there's no faster way than getting to it right here. Your hands are here. You have a non-dominant hand to defend yourself here. You have your dominant hand here. This is one fluid motion. You're not reaching, moving your entire body to get to it. You can defend, draw, and fire pretty easily. Now, if you have an appendix carry holster that's digging into your gut and you choose to be a responsible gun owner and have it with you all day and sit with it digging into you, you're not going to get to it very quickly, even though it's in the front, just because that firearm is mostly right in the plane of your leg instead of the plane of your torso, which means most of the firearm is inside your pants instead of outside. So this holster is really great, guys. I'm going to show you a transition from a vehicle to like a parking lot, for example, and back in. When you're transitioning from your vehicle, there could be cars all around you at Walmart or whatever, same thing. You don't want to draw attention to yourself. Somebody could see you fumbling around with a firearm and call the police and say, there's a guy, he has a big black jacket on and he has a gun and he just walked into Walmart. You're probably going to have SWAT there. And I don't know what's going to happen, but the whole idea is that you have an element of surprise with concealed carry. You don't want to draw attention to yourself. So transitioning from a car to a parking lot is really important, doing it right. And this holster really helps with that. It's basically the least amount of fumbling I've seen possible. So if I'm getting out of the car, I can keep my back towards everybody else, zip my jacket up, and walk right in the store, and nobody will ever know. Now, if it's summer and you don't have a jacket on, that's okay. 90% of the time, I'm carrying this gun, it's with a t-shirt, and there's very, very little printing. And any printing that's happening is on the magazine, and it's very minimal. You can really stay in control of it. I don't have to be moving my shirt around all the time in order to keep it secured. I'm not drawing attention to myself. So that's really important. So that's my opinion on this holster. I'm going to put a link below, and they've got a link to, I'll send a link to their Facebook page and their website. They're really nice guys. I'd highly recommend this holster if you're thinking about concealed carrying. Appendix carry or any o'clock, they can make you a left-handed, right-handed, it doesn't matter, but these are one of the very few companies that I've seen actually be able to come out with something that can conform to every situation you're in. So I highly recommend them. Thanks for watching.